Hello, everyone. Andre here with the Wings Mobile Detailing Podcast. Today, we're talking business topic. Again, as you guys know, I alternate between auto detailing and business, not only business of auto detailing, but overall entrepreneurship. And stay with the introduction as we're going to talk about marketing, Instagram, what's the right thing to market. And if you're an entrepreneur and think that, everything's taking too long, for you to grow, for you to get recognition online, even for you to grow your business. Because all we see around social media is growth, people's success, people with hundreds of thousands of even followers, which most of the time they're not even real, but that's all we see. And sometimes when we see that as an entrepreneur, and we see business owners, real successful business owners, and to us sometimes it seems like they haven't been doing for so long and they already got that, and we think that you may think that you're doing something wrong, that you don't have that, and you've been doing business for a while now, maybe 4 or 5 years, and you're trying to get those results and you think you're doing something wrong. But still with an intro, I'm going to share some of my takes, some of the things I personally do, my strategy. It's not it's not like an actual business plan of how I do to market online on social media, but what I learned and what I continue to do. And even sometimes the thought comes across my mind that I'm not growing, not big enough, but big and fast enough.
Welcome to the Wings Mobile Detailing Business and Automotive Podcast, the only podcast that will guide you on how to start and grow six-figure companies. As our team expand from one business location to worldwide domination, you will get step-by-step insights from a millennial franchisor and franchise owner with your host, Andre Mezalira.
Welcome back, guys, to the Wings Mobile Detailing Podcast. I've said that already. I'm actually considering to change my introduction there. If any one of you listeners, do that voiceover intro to podcasts, hit me up on Instagram. Always Instagram. Either this is a business podcast, so I like to give you my personal account. It's Andre Mezalira, which I don't use it for business. And hit me up there, guys. As far as marketing goes, there are a variety of means that you gotta use. That's what I do. I hit them all as much as I can, and never enough. I always think that I'm not doing enough to put content out there. But I'm a big bias towards marketing with quantity, also quality. I value quality a lot, but I don't want you guys to when I say quantity, I don't want you to automatically think that there is no quality. I'm saying quantity, and then there's quality as well. And always improvement. It's not the best type of post that I have under my company, which is Wings Mobile Detailing. You can check out on Facebook as you listen to this podcast. Check us out on Instagram, on Facebook, or the best thing I can tell you, type on Google Wings Mobile Detailing, and you're gonna find us there. But you might see us everywhere. You might see us on Twitter. I may not have that many followers, but we really try to get people to respond to our posts by doing what? By not buying followers. I don't buy any type of followers, and I think it is really bad for business. Now, the way I do like to do is just put content out there, and I never think I'm doing enough. I really don't. I'm recording this podcast just to share what I do, not as saying that what I do is the best way to do things, but posting frequently and everywhere, Twitter, Instagram. I do the podcast, but that's not too relevant as far as what you guys may be doing. Blogs, and there's Facebook, Twitter, there's Pinterest, there's even those new social media platforms, which sometimes I don't use, but I don't think I'm using well enough. So that's what I do, guys. I just post as often as I can. And for you to manage around that, you may think that but these other people, I want clients right now. I want to promote. If you're starting a business and you're thinking that you want to start promoting paying ads so that you can grow, so that you can get your name out there. Paying ads is good. It works. You're paying ads. You're putting your brand in front of people. If you do Facebook, if you're paying advertising on Facebook, that's more towards branding. Unless you'll do a really good post to get people's attention to act now. But most likely, if you do Facebook posts, that leans more towards branding than actually acquiring clients right then and there, right that month. You want clients that month, and what do you want to do? You want to run up Facebook posts? That may not be the best thing to do for that purpose. It may work depending on your ad, but Facebook is really more towards branding. And, among other things, even, Instagram, which is basically the same thing, because if you guys go through the feed of your Facebook, you're going to sometimes see a lot of ads that's relevant to you, but you may not, depending on what service or product you're selling or you're seeing and that you actually wanted, you may not click on there to buy at that time. You're going to scroll down quick, even if sometimes it catches your eyes. Think of the last time. Maybe it happened today. Think of the last time you saw something on Facebook, because the phone can hear you, so they might know what you wanted. So think of something that you wanted today or yesterday, and didn't you scroll down? You looked at it. Maybe it was interesting. Maybe it was an actual video, and you enjoyed that, or you're offering your service, offering your product, or whatever it may be. And even though it was interesting to you, you scroll down again. But has it ever happened when you went back to Facebook, maybe 3, 4, 5 days after, 10 days after, and you saw the same video, and you've already watched that video, that ad that you didn't buy from? You've already seen it, but when you look at it again, your reaction is different. You might not watch the video again because you've seen it already. You're not going to waste time. You might actually click on that and make the purchase, or maybe not even make the purchase right then. You might click on the ad and look the website, but because it showed you were not ready to buy, you just went out from the website. You just click on it to see the price or whatever, but maybe you're in the middle of something, or doing something that you didn't buy right then and there. Because when we buy things, guys, think of it as a customer. When you buy things, you not that you plan a time to buy, but you buy when you're like, okay, I'm ready to buy right now. It's not somebody telling you, buy right now. You might get interest from it. You might, oh, nice, it might come to your mind as like something in the future, but you're not gonna make the decision to buy. Even when you buy a product from Amazon, a lot of times you look through the Amazon page and you wanted something, and that's showing to you right then and there, but you don't buy it. And then the next day come by and you're like, you know what? I'm going to sit down, I'm going to buy this thing. I'm going to grab my phone and I'm going to buy this thing. So that's the thing with ad. You being repetitive. That's how you make people do the final purchase. And by that, you want to go through the steps of branding, of being everywhere all the time, and in all different sources, all different media, so that people can start looking at your product, looking at a service. When they come to want to make the purchase of the service or product, they are going to think of you. Or they already saw that, and when they see it again, they might, make the purchase right there because, they want it. They really want it. But that doesn't happen the first time. That doesn't happen if you run an ad through Facebook and you want it to just expect to get a real return on closed deals. That may not be the place. Now if you run something on Google, I'm talking about paying ads now. If you run something on Google, that's different, Google ad, for example, because most likely it's going to show when people are in the third step process of making the decision. Because what happens? Why do I say third step process? And I have a podcast with how you want to promote your brand, but I'm definitely going to go over this with you guys. For me, I kind of invented this, but for me, what I think is there are 3-step process. Number one is people gotta be aware of the product. Let's say you are a company that offers such product. I'm gonna use Wings Mobile Detailing. I offer a service, auto detailing service. A mobile detailing service. People needs to be aware that service exists. And if I am the company who is making people aware that my service exists, if I'm the company who's showing to people, hey, mobile detailing here, Wings Mobile Detailing, it exists, and they see it coming from my company, there's higher chance I'm gonna get those people who first saw the service. But they may not close. And then there's step 2. Step 2 is to educate people about the service. People want to get educated. What does this service do? What does this product do? And a lot of people don't know, so they are aware of a product and then they are educated about a product. Sometimes they go online, type it on blogs and see, how does this product work? Type on YouTube video and see, how does it work? Is it good? Is it not good? Because they know that product exists. I was recently looking at cameras, security cameras, and I was aware that a product exists, and a particular brand was marketing. It's a very well-known brand. They were marketing a lot. So when I wanted to get educated about the product, educated about what? Meaning, how much does it cost? The price. The first thing I went to is YouTube, and I typed in that brand name and how much it costs to have that. Because that brand was good enough, they market well enough to market everywhere, and I saw them. Number 2, when I typed on YouTube, what does the product do? That brand was there. They were educating people how to use this product. I could have very well have gone to step 2. Let's say I'm already aware of the product, so I skip that step. You want to be the company who shows what the product is. But let's say there's a different group of people who already know what they want, know about the product, but they want to learn about it. They are aware the product exists, but they want to learn about it. That's step 2. In step 2, they're going to go straight to YouTube and type in, how does this product work? How do I install this product? How do I use this? Or what service, for example, mobile detailing, what service do I need for my car? And if they go to YouTube and there's a company showing how the service is done, how the product is installed, that is another really strong point for the company. Strike 2 for the company, because they are also educating people on how to use the product. And bam, if you're the company that does these 2, and for you to do these 2, you have to post often. You have to be everywhere all the time as a company to promote everywhere. You just want to think of promote branding. And to acquire that, you have to get away that thought of, I need clients now. Build a foundation, build a brand, be loud. And number 2, you educate the people. And then they may not still buy on number 2. Now, on number 3 is you actually offer the solution for what you're showing and what you're educating. You're actually the company that sells the service or sell the product. And then that's the last step that you want people to go straight and buy. And usually when you run Google ads, that's where people go to. They go to Google. They already know, they are educated about the product. They are aware of the product. They are educated about it. And they just want to buy it. And who are they going to type on Google? Because they're typing on Google, they're ready to buy. And when they type that and they're ready to buy, a lot of chances is they're going to type your brand, because you're the one who's marketing your services everywhere. You're the one who educated them about the service. So you're going to type your brand and just make the order. And you got that portion of the market. Or maybe you are not really good as a brand to market or to be really out there and loud. So people don't know about your service. They don't know your brand exists, but they know what they want, your product, your type of product. They're going to go to Google and type type of product that they want. I want this type of service. I want a mobile detailing service. A lot of companies are going to show up, but you want to be number 3 as well. You want to be the brand to when people type that service, mobile detailing. You want to be on the Google page there. You want to be the first option there for people to buy from you. That's dominating the market. And that is really how you want to acquire all this massive, you want to acquire most of the market to yourself. And if you're the company who do these 3, you're good. But this is not actually the point of the podcast. We're 16 minutes in, and I've already recorded a podcast solo on this topic. Obviously, but what I want to talk about is not just about paying for ads. I'm talking about here paying ads, but let's go more of the organic side. And as I said in the beginning of the podcast, if you actually, if you think as a company owner that you're not doing enough, you even on followers on social media, the attention, you don't have enough attention, and maybe you relate attention to the amount of following that you have, follow base that you have, guys, and you're 4 or 5 years in business, guys, that's nothing. Being 4 or 5 years in business, it's still, that's just the beginning as well. If you continue doing, unless you're not doing enough, be hard on yourself. Yes, always be hard on yourself. I'm always hard on myself. I don't think I'm doing enough. There are times that I'm crazy. Wherever I go, I promote the business, and it starts off in your physical world, not virtually. Wherever you go, you want to distribute cards. You want to talk about your brand to other people, get in front, and you want to drop business cards everywhere you go, in the gym. Come up with ideas in the shower of how you can market and act on it. And I do that, and other times I don't. And sometimes it goes 1, 2, 3 weeks that I go to a store, for example, and I don't take my business cards with me. That's ammunition. That's how we have to think. That's how hard we have to be on ourselves. Damn, I failed today because I didn't bring business cards. But it takes time. Things like this takes time for you to brand outside, and you might not have the money to actually buy ads, to start promoting advertising. But you might have the time to do it. So use all of your time and keep doing it. Keep posting. If you're posting on Twitter, post as often as you can. And if you're running a bunch of things and you also have problem with time management for your company, and you think, I think I should post more on Facebook, but I don't have time, because then I have, obviously, besides managing all sectors of a company, which is a lot, but you may think that, okay, should I then post on YouTube now? Should I do a video? Should I post on Twitter? Should I post on Facebook and Instagram? All these other people were growing really big. It seems like they done it from night to day, but they did not. They run through the same thing. And if you can connect with what I'm saying, I go through the same thing. Sometimes I wonder if I am, using my time well. If I'm using my time and when I'm promoting, when I'm marketing, if the post that I make actually makes any difference. Sometimes I question myself, but I know it does. I know it does if you do it frequently. If you do it with frequency, you're on number 1. You're being on people's mind every time. And people are going to start to, okay, I'm seeing this product. And think of yourself. Put yourself in their shoes. And when you're promoting, think of the last time that you saw a company and that you start recognize a brand because they just showed up there. Maybe not even on ads, but you've seen them from a client referral, from somebody referring that search company to you. And initially you don't want to do that, but how did they acquire that? By being frequent, and just being frequent, and never giving up, and never thinking that is it making a difference for me to post on Twitter? Is it making a difference for me to post on Facebook? I think I'm just going to stick to Instagram because I don't think it's really making any difference on Facebook because people aren't, maybe liking my posts. And Facebook's a little bit more tough to get a follow base compared to Instagram, but they're both as important. And you shouldn't stop any of that. Just be frequent. Think of the example I gave you on the 3 steps when people look for the service. Now, the strongest point is definitely number 3, when people are actually closing and they type and you're there ready to sell them. If you run an ad on Google and they type your name and your name shows up, bam, they're gonna buy from you. But what about all these other audience, this other huge audience who actually start getting familiar with a different brand, and that's done through frequency. That's how you do it. That's how you be on people's mind with your brand. Frequent, post everywhere all the time, and don't think of perfection. Don't ever think of being perfect, not posting because your video's not perfect. Go hard on it. If you think about posting right now and you got your phone and you're like, but I don't think I have enough content to post this video here. I want to make it better, or I want to have more pictures before I post this, or a better caption. Just do it. Just post it, and then the next day, if you found out a better caption, post that photo, post more photos, and use the caption that you thought about, that you wanted to improve on. And don't procrastinate. And then if you do that, that's how you're going to be frequent. And if you have a problem of not posting, procrastinating on marketing your company, at times you're feeling super motivated and you do a lot, and you do posts and you just want to, go hungry and all excited and start promoting wherever you go. You just drop business cards. And you're the type of person who a week or 2 go by and then you go through your moment of, you're not feeling it, and you don't do it. That's when you have a problem. That's when you have a problem, and companies who succeed, successful entrepreneurs, the way they are tested to success. The way you can tell if a person is going to be successful or not is not with how much they do when they feel like it. It's with how much they do when they don't feel like it. And if they continue that trend, they do it when they don't feel like it, still for years, that's when they succeed. It's not those people on Instagram who've been a year in business or 2 or 3 or 4 years in business and they're doing well, and then it seems like they grow super quick and fast because they pay for a lot of advertising, and it seems like their name is always popping up because they're paying a lot of advertising, but they're not growing with a foundation. I mean, they're wasting all their money. If they stop next day, buy business, it's gone. So guys, being frequent, that's how you succeed. That's why people who are successful entrepreneurs, they promote it when they don't feel like it. They go after it when they don't feel like it as well. As much as they do go when they do feel like it. If the business is going through a hard time, and obviously sometimes you can bear it. Sometimes in business you go through a month that's really, really tough. Let's say 1 or 2 weeks. That's like, it's really tough. It's weighing heavy on you and there's no way, but you're still doing it. But sometimes you just can't. But as an entrepreneur, that's going to happen where you don't feel like it. It's going to happen at least once a month. And that's a lot of days in a year. And the people who are successful, they do it when they don't feel like it. Why? And why are they successful? Because when they do it when they don't feel like it, and when they also feel like it to do it, when that happens, it means they're frequent. So you see the connection here, guys. Frequency will pay the bill in the future. You being frequent, you being hungry hard on it every time, and everywhere, not only frequent, but all places. And I can compare that with the first example that I gave. And why do you want to be everywhere? You know, be frequent on all wherever people are, because people who have Instagram, they also have Facebook. People who have Facebook, some of them may also have Twitter, and some people who have Twitter may not have Facebook, but they may have all the means, you know. And YouTube as well. People are on YouTube. When the people want to get educated about a service, they go to YouTube sometimes. I go to YouTube or even Google, but Google is more of the places where. But regardless, what the point is, that's why you want to be everywhere. You know, promote on Facebook, on Instagram, on Google, on YouTube, because that's where the people are. And you want to be frequent. Why do you want to be frequent? Because of all these reasons I've given you. And why do you want to be everywhere? You want to post everywhere. No place is less important than the other. Because people are everywhere and they use different media to do different things. They use YouTube, not the same way they use Instagram. They use Facebook, not the same way they use Twitter. And people are there. And if people are there looking for different things, if you think that, okay, I'm not going to post on Facebook because I'm posting on Instagram, because it's more important, then there wouldn't have, Facebook wouldn't exist because people wouldn't be using it if they're the same. If YouTube was the same as Facebook, we wouldn't have two strong, means of promotion. These both companies, it wouldn't exist because they would be the same. One would come out on top. Do you get what I'm saying? So they are different things. Promote everywhere. Be frequent. And this is how I do it. This is how I think about doing it. I've been in business for a long time. And guys, a lot of times I'm seeing other business owners there, other businesses who it seems like they have a lot of followers. And I'm like, damn, I've been all this time in business and still I'm not getting near where these guys are who have been much less time in business. And then I start going, and I want to research. Maybe I want to learn from them. Okay, what am I doing wrong that I can learn from them? But a lot of times when I actually go to do the research, it's either, followers have been bought, or they spend all their initial budget paying for ads in the moment when they are supposed to actually keep that money, grow the business more with a better foundation. Because it might seem like they're more reputable now, but they don't have a strong foundation, so they're not in for the long term, and I am in for the long term. So there's either of those problems. So, and it comes to my mind at times, but I'm self-aware to know. I really know by now that that's what it takes, and that's what we got to do. And the best thing for you to train yourself to not think this way is to not think of your competition as competition, or to not think of your competition at all. We hear a lot of these successful entrepreneurs, gurus, and there's a lot of them who's not even on social media, as a personal brand, but there's a lot of guys who share their growth, their company growth. And we see them, and most of them say, I'm not worried about my competition. I'm doing my thing. And why do they say that? Because when they worry, they know that when you worry about their competition, it stops you. It kind of puts a halt on your action. Because if you're looking at your competition as a way to not to learn, but from make yourself smaller, like think, oh, I'm not doing enough, chances are you're gonna lose the motivation, and you may not even post on Facebook because it's like, okay, this is taking too long for me, so it's not working, so I'm not going to post today, it's okay. No, just ignore the competition, do it yourself, do it frequent, and keep going, but you got to post frequent. If you're listening to this podcast and saying, oh, it's okay that other business seems like they're growing bigger than you, so it's okay. No, it's not okay. Get better each day with yourself. Don't use this as an excuse to, it's okay to just take average action and things are going to be all right. It ain't. It's not going to be all right. If you don't listen to this, don't be frequent, don't post often, and don't post often when you don't feel like it. Thank you guys for listening to this 30-minute podcast. I hope this was helpful. It's a little bit of sharing that what I do, my mentality, what I've learned from other people as well. All of this I've learned from business owners. It didn't come from my personal. A lot of things, I think I learned myself. I don't know. Thank you for listening to my podcast. Please leave a review if you like it. If you don't. Or if you don't, leave me a message on Instagram and tell me what you don't like about improvement, because I've gotten before message which with some feedback on what I should improve, and it was harsh, but I really took that as a constructive feedback. But leave it on my Instagram, go text me there. And if you really enjoy this podcast, I would love it if you leave a 5-star review. Thank you.